this brings me back to our first episode. Terrible.
Oh, fuck, what episode are we up to?
207.
Hello. And welcome to the We Only Do One podcast. It's the only podcast that is a complete shit show.
It's definitely a complete shit show today.
This is the shittest of all the shittest shows that we have had. Here I am coming into the second studio of all time.
That's true.
Right,
true.
We're back in the second studio. I've been fed very well.
You have.
Come to an Italian home. All I've eaten is dessert. And, you're homeless. I have no car.
So we've been off for 3 weeks, right? And we've come back, and it's just the worst situation. Merry Christmas, everybody.
We've only got one mic. We're sharing. Not even when we were in my garage did we share.
No, we've always had 2 mics.
When I used to be on SYN Radio, Student Youth Network.
Yeah.
SYN 90.7.
Yeah.
Back when I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And there was 3 of us, but only 2 mics. I feel like.
You know what? The difference between SYN is that it is a radio network. We are just two guys doing a podcast. I think they should have had mics. The fact that we usually, I technically have more mics, they're just not working. But the fact is that they should have had more microphones. Anyway, I'm Turch, by the way. Thank you for introducing me.
I'm getting there. I don't like to say this about you, Turch, that often, but you're unorganised.
I know. No. It's a double-edged sword. I'm very organised and moving all my stuff to the new house and the new studio. Really bad for organising this particular episode of the show.
I'm actually amazed that we're here.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. Is this our last one for a little while?
This will be the last one for the year, I think. Yeah. I think we're just far too burnt out now.
And then you move into a new house, new studio.
Right.
And
you get a new car.
I then go to India, so... Well, we'll record in Jan.
We'll do something.
There'll
be something, yeah. With 2 microphones, I swear. There will be 2 microphones.
So I want to rant about the disorganisation of...
Absolutely rant about that. There's no worries about... I feel that 100%, so...
Church, I died yesterday and woke up in heaven.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
What happened?
This isn't a rant.
This is just a story.
This is just a story. A work colleague of mine said, let's go out for lunch to the RACV club.
Beautiful.
Now, well, it is a bit of a rant because I had to go to the bistro rather than the members' lounge. So I had to be with all the peasants.
Well,
in the bistro.
You can't win them all. You know?
So I was like, yep, more than let's do that. Let's basically bludge work and just go eat and get drunk. That sounds great. I'm up for that.
You know what? The small price to pay to eat at the bistro, which most people would go, is a nice meal.
It was a very nice meal. We started at 12:45, and I think I left there at about 5:30.
Good work.
Yeah,
good work.
I was very drunk yesterday. But, oh my God, what conservative heaven that was. Old people and with money and just conservatives.
Yeah.
It was heaven.
Yeah. I'm sure that the starting whiskey was not Johnny Red. It was Johnny, it's like 12-year-old shivers is the baseline, and that's what you kind of want in a time.
Yeah. And just service and politeness. Anyway. And the thing I really liked about it is they screen the riffraff, so they can't even make it to the bistro.
Yeah, well, you had to put I'm assuming you had to.
I had to wear a jacket.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That started off with that. That would have knocked you out 99% of the time.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So, can we just give an update to everyone? Why are we in this shit situation? One, I think we discussed in our last episode that you are carless now because you were in an accident.
Uh-huh.
And I'm moving house, so I'm technically homeless.
Yes. Your parents are very nice.
We are, for 2 guys who will work their lives to build up things, we currently have nothing.
And it's like we have failed and we're back in your parents' house doing the podcast
starting all over again. It's like starting all over again, except that you're like, well, there's a new car coming. I'm like, well, I'm moving into a new house which I just purchased.
Like it is happening.
Yeah,
it is happening.
Just right now. So the last 3 weeks have just been moving. You've been carless. We've been sick. We've just been. It just
Do you
hasn't
know how
been
much public transport sucks?
Yeah, I know. I catch it. You know, coming from where I was,
Uh-huh.
I used to catch the train into work, and it was so quick and easy. I've had to catch the tram 2 days in a row. I wanted to kill myself. Like there was a.
Well, I'm now getting on a train, and I want to kill myself.
Well, lucky you're not getting on the lovely 86 tram line over here. Well, look, Kieran, I actually went into the city yesterday.
Oh, we should have.
Well, I didn't go into the city
Were
during
you wearing
work.
a jacket?
Oh, no, sadly.
Oh.
Well, I was, but I went into the city for another reason. We celebrated Jess's birthday, which happened 6 months ago, by going to the Killers. Watch the Killers live in concert in Melbourne. They were absolutely fantastic. Would recommend people go watch the Killers
At Rod Laver?
At Rod Laver.
Yeah. I saw the Killers at Big Day Out.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. I saw Kanye West at Big Day Out.
Fuck off.
Dead set. And he was the headliner, and the other headliner was Soundgarden.
Wow.
So I'm pretty chuffed with myself seeing two of my idols.
Yeah.
One being the potential president of the United States, and the other being Chris Cornell. So we went there.
Who was at the Killers? I'm like 15-year-olds to like 50-year-olds.
We had seating,
Yeah.
and around us there was everywhere between like 10-year-old kids, and next to Jess and I on the right hand side, were like a couple, and they would have been same age as my parents, nearly 60.
Because the Killers were our band when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Like, I know their high school. My stepbrother
Yeah.
has like never heard of the Killers.
Yeah.
He probably knows Mr. Brightside, and that's about it.
Well, okay, so Mr. Brightside was the second song they played, like, because they've got millions of songs, right? They all their albums are half decent, right? At least.
There are bangers on every album.
Yeah. And they released, and they put Mr. Brightside second, and you could tell, like, after that, there's some people in the crowd next to us like, well, what are they going to do as an encore? And I'm like, oh, Bones. Gotta play Bones.
Gotta play Bones. Bones is a good song.
So, but we went there, and Jess, obviously being pregnant, the first thing she goes is, well, we're here. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm like, that's fine. So she goes off to the bathroom, and I think to myself, you know what? We're probably gonna need some sort of beverage during the show. And I didn't feel like drinking alcohol because I had to catch the train back and all that sort of stuff. So I just grabbed 2 bottles of water, one for
Okay,
myself.
$20 later.
It's $11.
For two?
For 2.
Okay.
Not horrible.
That is horrible.
Well, if a Rod Laver, $5.50 for a bottle of water, it could have been a lot worse. And so I go, just 2 bottles of water, thanks. And then the lady goes, no worries. And then she pulls out 2 bottles of water from, from the fridge. And goes, just to let you know, I have to pour them into, like, the Pepsi Cola containers.
The cup.
The cup. And I go, oh.
Because when I was there to
Okay.
see JP,
Yeah.
they had to take the lid off. They wouldn't let you, like...
Well, okay, yeah. So she's pouring the thing into the cola cup, and it fits perfectly great. And I figure, well, they're going to put like the lid and the straw. And she goes, okay. And she goes, yep, I'm just going to put a lid on it. And she grabs the lid and puts it on. And I look at the lid, and I look again, and I go, oh, is that the right lid? Because she put on, the coffee cup lids. That's what she put on
For water.
For water. And she goes, oh, that's the only one that we have. So I've got these 2 Pepsi
Cups.
labelled cups, paper cups, with the coffee lid on top. And it looked ridiculous.
So people think you're drinking either a really obnoxiously large coffee...
So anyway, so Jess comes back from the bathroom and goes, what did you order? and I'm like, just water.
Why is it that complicated?
So they made things very
So
complicated.
they can't give you a bottle in case you throw it and it becomes a weapon.
Well,
I'm guessing that's...
But I can throw anything. You know what I mean? Like,
but if it's in a cup, it's going to, like, disperse.
Yeah, but if I scrunch the cup up, right, and throw it, it's still going to hit.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as a bottle of water with a lid on it.
That's true. I'll
Yeah.
give you that. But still, I was very confused about the whole situation. But okay, so
How much of this do you reckon a work colleague has just fucked with her and be like, oh, you got to put the coffee cup
yeah, I
on
know,
there?
and
And she's like, oh, okay.
and I'm the idiot with 2 cups of water running around with a. So not too bad, but I'm like, yeah, well, actually, it was pretty good because that means it didn't spill, instead of having the straw and all whatever. But the worst part was there was 2 obviously people in front of us because we were sitting down. That's fine, but the guy and the girl kept. You know, Kermit the Frog, and so Kermit the Frog, and waving his arms. That's what the 2 people in front of us were like. So every time, even before the shows even started, they were flinging their arms back, and they're touching the top of my cup.
Oh no!
And I'm just I tap the guy on the shoulder, go, mate, this might, I don't want your arm sweat on my cup.
Did you have a cup holder?
Yeah, because Rod Levy get the cup holders in each seat. And I'm like, well, I can't put it anywhere else. I'm not going to put it on the floor because every 2 seconds someone's going to go take a leak.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's leaning back and he's got one arm on my cup and one cup on Jess's cup.
One arm on Jess's cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, excuse me, mate.
And so what happened? Did you fist fight?
Well, there's a little scrap, but I won.
Okay.
I won.
Right.
That's a lesson to
How did he turn up?
That's a lesson to all you tour people. I was like, Jess, bloody Kermit the Frog motherfuckers over there with their long limbs. Kermit the Frog in the what's it called? The Muppets movie? And he's got the really long legs. That's how I...
right.
This guy's gangly.
Gangly and...
They're terrible. So that was it. But otherwise, the kills was fantastic, apart from that.
Apart from the obnoxious people in front of you. If Jess wasn't pregnant, would you have been GA?
Yeah, we would have usually, but the tickets were already sold out for the GA. So we were GA for Dead City Ruins and Kiss. But so it was sort of a blessing in disguise, the fact that we had seating tickets. Now that Jess was...
For little Turch.
For the little Turch.
Well, little Turch has now been to 2 concerts.
Yes, he's technically seen his Uncle Trash twice.
Yeah.
And then he only goes and sees big bands with starting with the letter K. So he's seeing Kiss and the Killers at the moment. And he won't be seeing any...
Killing Heidi is next.
Killing Heidi is next. I was trying to think of another K one. I just couldn't even do it. But Killing Heidi, wow, that's a Ella Hooper I know is definitely touring, but other than that...
Yeah, you should take that on to Shitty Songs of the Week.
What? Killing Heidi?
Yeah.
No, they were alright.
Yeah.
They just did their big wrap-up, and I was meant to be part of it. And
were you?
I was.
What were you meant to be doing?
I was helping them decide which was the shittiest song of the year from the list of
songs.
Oh, yeah. And I just couldn't do it because I was doing all the packing and all that sort of fun stuff. So very sorry, Brandon. Very sorry. Next year, I'll try to get Kieran on the show too.
Well, we'll be in a studio, permanent studio.
Yeah,
we're not moving from this studio.
Not for a very, very long time, unless I do renovations, and we'll have to. We'll absolutely have to do that. I got another rant for you, Kieran.
Go for it.
Here's one for you. Here's a picture. Did you see what's wrong with this picture? You describe this picture here.
6 hot dog rolls.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hot dogs.
Why? You know what? When you buy a pack of sausages, it's always in either 6 or 8 or an even number.
Did you buy this?
Yeah. I thought it was one day
So you're at Coles.
I'm at Coles and I'm like, I feel like I just want to do some gourmet hot dogs.
Well, clearly they're no, Turch. This is genius because they're clearly thinking only kids cook hot dogs, and they're going to drop one. The dog's going to get one, right?
Sneaky run off with a hot dog.
Yeah, so that's why there's 7 and you only
How
get
do you
6
drop
rolls.
a hot dog? You put them in the pot.
Well,
and that's it.
when you take them out of the pot.
Yeah. Do you save the water when you make hot dogs?
No.
I make hot dog ice cubes for people when they come over and put them in their drink.
Hot dog ice cubes?
Yeah, the hot dog water ice cube.
What? Have you fed me hot dog ice cubes?
No, I have not. And I was trying to... I said that in front of Jess and she almost threw up. That was pretty funny. I'm like, I'll just save the water, huh? She's like, what for? I'll make some ice cubes, put them in drinks. She's like...
So what did you do with the 7th?
I just threw it out.
Oh.
You know what? It's as cheap as it is.
Should have given it to the dog.
No, I would... But you know what?
You know what? Your dog eats premium food, not shit like that.
You know, I just felt like you know when sometimes you have like a hankering for something, and I really felt like
tomato sauce, mustard, onion,
a bit of pickles, like you have to have a bit of cheese. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just need a hot dog. But yeah, I went to the shops and I'm unpacking it. I'm like, what? They should be. Let's just say you wanted to buy.
You want to get this at Aldi?
No, Aldi you would get like 400 hot dogs. You can never eat them all. You need to freeze them. But I was like, what? Let's just say you wanted to buy more hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to buy the buns to match it. No number of packets unless you get to, 42 hot dogs.
Yeah.
And so, 6 times 7. So 7 packets.
God, that's taking me back to like year 7 maths when they made you do like what numbers you need to get to for them to both divide.
Yeah, that's right. It's 42, so you need 7 packets of
42.
7 packs of buns and 6 packets of hot dogs. And I'm like, that is too many. That's like that question's like, Jimmy has got 42 watermelons. What's he doing with 42 fucking watermelons? Any fucking business is what he's doing.
Jimmy is throwing 42 watermelons off the fucking overpass.
Yeah, that's right. He's having a great time. He's actually Gallagher. Gallagher's buying 42 watermelons.
Or 42 watermelons where they've put the fucking liquor bottle and the watermelon has absorbed
you know what? Remember I did that at a Phillip Island once and it just didn't... It wasn't as...
It tasted awful.
It was awful. It just didn't taste good.
Do it again with better alcohol.
I think the issue was... that I tried to put like 5 different types of alcohol in it in once. Because it was sort of all like, oh, these are the leftover bottles.
I thought you just meant to do one.
Yeah.
One bottle in the watermelon.
Yeah. And it's got to be a bigger size. I don't know. I'll try it again.
Okay.
Well, we can't.
Well, we look forward to Phillip Island in 2023.
Yeah, let's hope we can do something like that. Maybe it won't be Phillip Island. Maybe my parents' place in Rosebud. We can do that instead.
All right.
We can have a Rosebud.
I'll do a rum ham.
A rum ham. It's the rum ham. Oh, I love that episode. We're hanging out with all the Guidos. Good episode. Well, Kieran, it's been a big couple of weeks in news. Sam Bankman-Fried is finally
arrested.
You know, I told my dad, you heard of the FTX thing? He goes, nah. I'm like, oh man, this is the greatest thing. He literally had a Ponzi scheme.
This is the Ponzi scheme.
That's right. He was pumping money.
No one is going to beat this Ponzi scheme for another 100 years.
He was getting money in, giving it to Democrats who were passing it off to their bank, and the bank was giving it back to him.
Yeah.
And he was keeping all of the funds in the same bank account. He actually deflated the value of crypto by like 70% just by himself.
Oh yeah, Bitcoin's tanked.
I sold it all before all this happened.
Yeah,
I made like $300-$400. So
congratulations!
I put like $50 in all these years ago, right?
Oh, you're in Doge.
Yeah,
Doge.
I did make some money in Doge.
Yeah.
It went up. I tripled my money in Doge, and then I just swapped it over to Bitcoin. But yeah, it was like, I'm going to get out of this. I'm sort of done.
Bitcoin is the future. Just the future might be 100 years from now.
Well, the thing is, just as kind of.
See this? Cash. I'm learning.
It's important to have, isn't it? Next thing you'll become a fucking bars of gold.
Actually, no. I've started. This is how I know I'm getting old, because I've started to make sure I actually have cash
Just in case.
in my wallet. Just in case.
Yeah. Just in case let me pay something.
And you know how you ranted a couple of weeks ago how people don't take cash?
Oh, they don't.
It is fucking frustrating.
It's money. It's physically like, this is real. It's in front of your face.
Because I ended up having basically the law of pineapples. And then I was like, oh no, I'll pay.
They're $50 notes.
Yeah. So I'll get like maybe pay for some things. I'll get like a 20 and some 10s.
Yeah.
You know what? Just to
stimulate the economy.
But also, if I need cash,
I've got like a $10 note. I can pay,
yeah.
Oh, I'll need a pack of mints or
It's fucking frustrating. It's like no one wants
This
cash.
is the same issue that you had. Remember I bought in...
And then I get really... I saw the other day as well, card only, and I'm like, no!
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember when I came in and I said, shitty pens, my issue this week? And you're like, fucking idiot, what the fuck? And then 2 weeks later, you're like, every pen I write with is shitty. This is the same sort of thing. Like, you're gonna have the hot dog problem in like 3 weeks. And it's gonna be over.
No, I haven't had the hot dog problem because I only buy the hot dogs from Aldi, and
that's all right. They've got packs of 6.
They've got their shit together.
They got their shit together, do they? Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like you would be more of a Costco purchasing hot dog man.
Oh well, I was at Costco the other day.
Yeah. Jess is very excited. We've got a house big enough to do an actual Costco run.
Oh, you're gonna leave your money at home.
Well, too late. She's got it all.
Leave your money at home when you go there because you can walk out there spending a lot.
I'll put it towards business.
Fair enough. Turch.
Yes.
Festivus.
Festivus is 23rd. 23rd?
23rd, 24th.
No, 23rd. I'm pretty sure it's the 23rd of December each year.
Yes.
You get the poll out.
Yeah.
You know, you do your grievances. You wrestle.
Festivus is here. And a Tampa Bay News is allowing everyone to post and they'll publish your grievances.
Right.
I thought I would read out a couple of grievances.
Oh, mate. This is just our show.
So Tampa Bay's in America.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's
so it's a bit...
What state's that? Is that Tampa Bay?
Fuck, fine.
Is that Florida?
Tampa Bay Times.
Tampa Bay? Yeah, it's Florida. All
right, here we go. Here's the first one. Why do you include the stumps in my bagged Romanian lettuce? I know I need roughage, but I'm not eating Roman stumps.
Oh, you mean the already pre-cut ones?
Yeah.
Because I was saying the romaine lettuce comes on it.
I don't know, that's someone's grievance. When my 12-year-old son calls me bro, last time I checked, I was still mum.
That's pretty funny.
Co-workers. And I can't believe you've never brought this in as a rant.
Okay.
What's the deal with leaving unused time on the microwave? Are you somehow gifting me those 13 seconds left on there? What am I going to do with 13 seconds?
No, that doesn't bother me at all, because I do that.
I do that as well, and my housemate Blaine fucking hates it, because I'll leave like 2 to 1 second on there.
Yeah, so it doesn't beep.
Yeah. You get me! Yes, because you don't want it to beep!
You know what? I saw a video of some guy showing you how you can turn off all the beeps on a microwave by just pressing the number 2 and holding it down or something.
Really?
So I went to try it on my microwave, it didn't work.
Ah.
So give it a go. I'm sure you can. But you know, microwaves are one of those things, that electronic devices we have in the house, that no one reads the instructions for. And it has so many functions. You look at the panel on a microwave, it has like defrost.
Do they even come with instructions?
And you just go, 2 minutes. Eat up my meal.
My knowledge of the microwave has been an internship. Someone has trained me in some of the buttons, not all of the buttons.
You just need the one. 30-second adding time.
Yeah, actually, I was about 24 before I realised you could add 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not all the older ones you can't, but the new ones you can. Get. Another grievance?
I had to use a scratchy brown paper towels because 2020 brought out the toilet paper hoarders. Yeah.
We're going to look back in history and think that people were trying to collect toilet paper.
They're like stamps.
Yeah.
Drunk folks on Uber scooters.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
I feel like playing Carmageddon every time I drive past them.
I can't believe those electric scooters in Victoria, in Melbourne at least, because remember we had the bikes.
Yes.
And all of those bikes...
Well, we had the bikes.
And all those
that
bikes
ended up in the Yarra.
right?
Yeah.
But the electric scooters haven't. And I'm interested to know why that is the case.
I feel like there are electric scooters in the Yarra.
Yeah. Not as many as the bikes used to be like... They had...
The bikes were annoying because I think there was too many bikes.
Well, there are still some bikes, not as many as there used to be.
But it was just you couldn't walk anywhere without tripping over a bike.
Because people used to dump them.
But I don't think they flooded the CBD with as many scooters.
Yeah, potentially. I don't know. I only see a handful of them. People have their own. Like, my brother has one of those scooters.
Really?
Yeah, he takes it.
I was thinking of buying one now that I don't have a car.
Yeah, just to get around.
Just to
get to the public transport. I can close anyway. Here's one for you. Here's a grievance for you, Kieran.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Why do women always have issues when there's no issue?
Because they need an...
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Shut the fuck up for a second. Do you know that on Netflix, the fucking Harry and Meghan have dropped their new show?
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm never going to watch it. I'm never going to watch it.
Yeah, I know.
For some reason, by people, I mean my mum and my sister,
watch
are
it.
trying to get me to watch it.
I was told by a colleague at work that Wednesday show was good, like the new Addams Family thing. I'm like, I'm really not really that interested, to be perfectly honest. And then we watched an episode with my parents because they're watching it, and I'm like, this is for children. This is not for adults. What am I watching here? Like, it wasn't... Okay. So,
Casper's good. Sorry, yes.
Here's one for you. Here's a woman complaining about nothing. Imagine this. You go to the World Cup, right?
Yep.
Qatar.
Yep. World Cup.
Middle East, all this and that. And this is the article headline that you write. I was well looked after at the Qatar World Cup. And that makes me feel deeply uncomfortable.
We know Qatar has got terrible human rights. Let's move on and focus on the soccer.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, okay. But can you imagine? Each time a worker opened the door for me with a subservient smile, I felt a grotesque pang of privilege. Yeah, you are literally... Sometimes during or after a big sporting event, journalists are asked to write a diary-esque piece about their experiences covering the event in whichever country is being held. It feels funny thing to do, to inject yourself in the story and spend most of your life deliberately staying out of it. Should you details of that? I felt some cognitive dissonance that I had an enjoyable time at Qatar. So this woman here, I'm not going to go through it all. But she basically...
Turch. I had an enjoyable time at the RACV club yesterday, and I know I'm privileged. And
did you feel deeply uncomfortable?
No, I fucking embraced it. They could not open more doors for me.
I don't understand what she wanted. Like imagine you're a sports performer. So
you go to Vietnam. I have a driver.
Yeah.
I have people like I don't open doors.
But she's given this job. Like obviously, if you're a sports reporter, you must have some sort of interest in sport.
Yeah.
You know, we've got a lot of really fantastic female people, female presenters on SBS, and they've been doing the soccer, and they're great, right? Mm-hmm. So this person here, let's just give her the benefit of the doubt and say she's just as good. So she's been given the privilege already. That's the privilege of going there.
Her job.
Yeah. Of being literally writing down scores and saying this guy played good. That's it. Like I could do that from watching the game. To go there. Company money and write about the World Cup. Now we just had a business professional that we know go there and be a photographer for the World Cup, and he's like, you know what? That was a dream come true. This should be a dream come true for somebody.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's an amazing opportunity in this. The privilege is that you get to go, not that someone opens a fucking door for you.
Which is courteous and nice. Which is just courteous.
And if you're staying at a nice hotel, which I'm just going to assume that you are because, you know, The Guardian is sending you down there to be their sports reporter, and you're complaining about, I felt, you know, this and that, let's have a look at some here. Each time a worker, sometimes two, opened the door for me, entered the room and left it and entered again. Each time a subservient smile, welcome madame. Every time I felt a grotesque pang of privilege, and it was somehow a higher class to be tended to you. You can try to bridge the gap by joking and humanizing them and all that sort of stuff. You know, the police present don't have exhaustive.
But Qatar and everyone. But it's like when countries have the Commonwealth Games or the Olympics. Society is there to be hospitable to its guests.
I also felt incredibly safe in saying that I do not have the insight into what was the grounds for a member of the LGBTQ plus community, but due to being a woman, and I was advised by the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade that if I was sexually assaulted, I should not report it to the police but to the Australian Embassy instead, because I could be prosecuted for engaging what the deemed the state deemed to be extramarital sex. Right. So she's saying is, well, if we're protecting you instead of going to prison. But nothing happened.
No, but
she was treated really, really well.
And I would actually argue that as a tourist, this is the time to go to Qatar because they're not going to. I would actually, even if something like that happened, I would say probably go to the police because.
Well, everyone is on their best behaviour.
Everyone's there.
Because what they're trying to do
is show off Qatar.
As a viable hub for not just now, but I think they're bidding for the Olympic Games in
whenever
2030 or 20, whatever it is. So they're not going to be same violent. And again, you're part of a privileged class of people who is a journalist, and they're going to treat you guys because they know. Look, for all the bad stuff that's happening in Qatar, they know how to do optics.
Mm-hmm.
Look how great our World Cup is, and everyone's taken care of, and look at all organising. Come and do this. They're not going to
Yeah, they'll be looking after the optics.
They're looking after the optics
of
a journalist.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So for her to go, I felt really, I was treated really well, and I feel, and I didn't like that. It's what do you want? What do you want?
Well, Turch, I feel a bit upset because I've walked in here and I've only had 5 baked biscuits and 1 lemon tart, and I mean, please step it up.
Next time, I'll get the whip out and I'll get Mum to cook you some more.
And I mean, 20 minutes to get an espresso. What is this?
It was a long time.
Oh, unbelievable!
Kieran, you got some news for us?
I do. I've got a couple of articles here. Samsung has reportedly ditches Samsung. Will rely on Samsung for future Samsung chips.
So it was just one guy, Samsung. No,
what
I mean? One guy,
yeah.
and he's just making the chips we're actually going to make our own. No, I'm here, because I'm I.
Samsung relies on a sister division for custom smartphone chips.
Yeah.
Which they have now ditched.
Yeah.
And they've now gone to another division.
Okay.
In Samsung. For these chips.
I hope the person that wrote this got whipped. This is the type of shitty journalism. Who cares?
We're in a chip crisis at the moment,
Hey guys, just to let you know, can you write an article? Instead of working at this desk today, I'm working at that desk. Okay, cool, bro. You did it.
Alright, I got another one for you.
Alright.
There is a energy crisis at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. The tulips... The people that grow tulips may go out of business in Europe.
Oh, who cares? It's literally...
Turch.
Yeah, okay.
To some people, tulips are very important.
I got a joke for you.
Yeah.
What's better than roses on my piano? Tulips on my organ.
Where's your dad?
That's a joke. Fuck off. That was in time with what you're talking about. Anyway, what's happening with the tulips? So tell me your gay news.
There's an energy crisis.
Yeah.
And a Dutch tulip farmer is swapping gas from heat from Bitcoin mining.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So because the energy costs so much,
yeah,
they've now said, hey, Bitcoin miners, come to my tulip farm.
Yeah,
and we'll use the heat off the servers
to heat everything up.
To heat the greenhouses.
That's pretty good. See, I think one of the big things that people always complain that Bitcoin is not environmentally friendly, but it sounds like it actually might be.
That is very environmentally friendly.
Yeah. I like that.
What better way than...
It's almost renewable at that point.
I think it is renewable. Renewable Bitcoin tulips.
Exactly right. See, you please the women by giving them the flowers, and you please the men by going, well, we can make money from doing nothing. Kieran, you know what I hate? It's when you get into some place and I hate being groomed for things. You know what I mean? Like when you're a kid and your mum's like, or your dad's like, oh, you've got to go to university. this and that.
Oh, you got to, yeah.
And you got to be successful and this and that.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse.
You got to go to the hairdresser. Yeah, all right, yeah.
No, but you're being groomed into doing something. Oh, you like to act a certain way or do this. There's nothing worse than doing that. And I actually feel for people that obviously, but sex grooming is really bad. You know, but there's lots of types of different grooming that is just as bad.
Homework grooming.
So here's one for you. Scarlett Johansson's been said she was groomed.
Okay.
Recently. And she was groomed for the bombshell roles in Hollywood films. Now, look, I really feel for this woman. During a conversation on Table of Two podcast on Tuesday, Johansson described how she felt while filming her films in 2003, Onward, Lost in Translation, while she was still a teenager. I was sort of transitioning to my adult career. I had a real hard time doing that. But when I was 18, 19, I came into my own womanhood and this and that. But I think it was because of that trajectory that I was sort of launched towards. I really got stuck. She said, I was kind of being groomed in a way to be what you call a bombshell type actor, and I'm gonna put it out there.
What? I don't even know what fucking film she was doing back then.
What she's saying is, what people wanted me to do was be really hot. And lucky I was really hot, and then they gave me acting roles to be hot in. And I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think grooming is the right word here. Grooming usually has a very negative connotation, but this sounds like opportunity. Like, would you say like, oh, you got a cadet program, graduate program, and you also get like a professional mentor who's going to help you through your career, like a life coach. Uh-huh. Would you say you're being groomed? No, you'd just be like, no, I've got this really fantastic opportunity to progress in my career. She had people going, we want you to be in these films, and you've got really nice tits. That's it.
Yeah.
But she was groomed.
Right.
I think we're gonna cut the line off at what grooming actually means in our society. Because I always think, if I say I was groomed as a child, or someone was groomed as a child, you always think, or even as an adult, you sort of think to yourself, oh man, like that person must have gone through some shit.
Or they've gone to the barber.
Yeah, well, they'll go to, right? But this obviously I don't think it means what she thinks it means.
Celebrities.
Well, that was like, what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence. She just came out and said that she was the first ever female action hero. Did you hear that?
I think you actually sent this to me.
So she came out like, I started in the Hunger Games. That was the first time there was ever a female action hero. Which is great because what happened was Ridley Scott was going to make Alien and have the man as a male character in 1979 or whatever it was. Yeah. But then he watched the Hunger Games and saw that you can actually have a female heroine, and then decided to make Alien with a woman back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay,
just like Terminator, without Jennifer Lawrence being the Hunger Games girl. There would be no Sarah Connor in the Terminator, or there'd be no Samus Aran in Metroid, or there'd be no action heroes would be female, or not at all.
Not at all.
Cynthia Rothrock was another one.
Well, sometimes you just have to define what you mean by action.
Well, I wouldn't even consider like Hunger Games action. It's like a teen drama with some.
What was that? No, not the Wizard. The vampire movie.
Oh,
Twilight or something.
Oh, no, I was thinking more like Blade.
No, I had no idea what it was, and someone was like, "Oh, come to the movies or watch this like opening thing," and I was there, and I remember going, "There are a lot of like teenage girls here. Yeah. What the fuck is this?" And then it started. I walked out after about 20 minutes, going, "No,
not for you,
not for me. Where's the bar?"
Where's the bar? You got some more news for us, Kieran?
I certainly do.
Because I've got a Kanye West yay update.
We'll get there. A California girl has been issued an official license to keep a pet unicorn.
If you know what, you should just be put down. Like, what do you mean a pet unicorn?
I'll read further.
Please.
It's for a little girl.
I don't care. Fuck off. Fuck off. Because that's it. It's either you have to make fun of this from as soon as she gets it. As soon as she gets her partner to come and she's about to get married, and then the wedding speech. Do you remember when you got that you were fucking so stupid that unicorns are real and got the license for it? What the fuck is the government doing?
Well, there's now a department for unicorns.
Oh,
I want to work in that department.
Oh, you know.
What are you going to issue, like one license?
Does that mean that she's getting a hot woman that's both into men and women and only wants to have threesomes with you and hot women? If that's kind of lesbian, if that kind of unicorn, I'm all in.
You're in? You're in, alright.
If there's a department for that, I want to work there.
The Department of Unicorns or whatever.
LGBTUs.
More news, Turch. People who skipped their COVID vaccine are at high risk of traffic accidents, according to a new study.
Fuck off.
Which may explain my accident.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Anything not to take the blame.
So, there you go. If you pass on getting the COVID vaccine, you are 16% more likely to be in a car accident.
What is even the control for that?
Hey, let's not discredit journalism because we know.
Yeah, I know. We really trust them. We're going to talk about a bit of Kanye West of news. I don't have any clips, but I sent you the clip where he described that he was decided that he was autistic. That's why he can make all those sick beats really quickly. He's like Rain Man. Amazing. But here's one for you. Kanye West, or Ye.
Here we go.
Oh, you put it in the mic.
Hey, I am not bipolar. I'm not in some kind of episode, but I may be slightly autistic, like Rain Man. And that's part of my superpower. That's the reason why I can produce tracks and design and do so many things.
Amazing. What a ledge. Well, speaking of him doing design, he years and years ago received a honorary degree from a university, and as of the 9th of December, his honorary degree, art degree, has been rescinded.
Oh no!
Because of his anti-black and anti-Semitic. How can he be anti-black and be a black man? I don't understand. But this is the big worry about this.
Hang on, if he's anti-black, does that make him like a biracial?
I don't know. I'm trying to understand this, right? Because I know there's one person in history that I know of that tried to get an art degree and then failed.
Wait, are we talking about colouring?
And
sorry, remember when I did the trivia and
true.
The art round?
That's right. It's true. But there was definitely one person that tried to get an art degree and was a painter and artist. Kieran, an artist.
You can't fail art.
Well, this person didn't get the art degree with the notoriety that he wanted, and what he decided to do after that was to kill 6 million Jews. And now, Kanye West has come out on the Alex Jones show and said he loves Hitler.
Right.
Because, and now this artist has had his degree taken away from him and he's not allowed to work with... Do you think...
I see where you're going with this.
You know, when they say, like, history repeats
Kanye
itself...
will become president.
I hope so. I really do. I think... I was talking about this, like, saying the stuff to my mum. And she's like, oh, but you can't follow him, this man. And I think my mum thinks that if I think people are funny, I agree with them politically 110%. And I'm like, no. I just like the chaos he's bringing. Like, can you imagine, like, he's a black man going into the world, going, them Jews are bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, okay, a minute.
And he's so rich that
I know
he's got fuck you money.
He's got fuck you.
He can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's got he's just in his own world, and he can do whatever he wants, and that's what makes it. It's like when Donald Trump came up and did whatever he wanted because he had fuck you money.
Yeah.
And he could do whatever, and he was already, just like Kanye West and just like Elon Musk and just like, they all have fuck you money and just don't care. And that's what makes them, one, really funny, and two, continue to be successful.
It's great.
It's going to be great.
Turch, this is an old clip, and I know I sent it to you.
Yes.
But I want to play it.
You want to play it? Is this the one you just sent me recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please. I want to play it, because I've just come across it, and it's Miss Teen USA 2007.
You know, I showed Jazz that you sent me this clip, and he goes, what year is it? 2004?
But I just think it's just great.
Yeah.
This is the, like, you know, where they have to answer a question, and they're meant to say, like, world peace.
Yeah.
All right, here it is.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. Or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
She was being groomed to be a pretty attractive woman instead of a speaker, I think. I think that might be the case in the... Just like Scarlett Johansson, what a terrible life that woman must lead. Kieran, what do you know about punk music in general? Can you name a punk band?
Green Day?
Kinda, yeah. That's like a pop punk band.
Oh yeah. There's
So classic punk bands like the Ramones.
The Ramones, yeah.
Sex Pistols. Technically, some of Motorhead's a bit punkish. Nowadays, like the Australian band The Chats.
Never heard of them.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never heard of The Chats?
No.
You have to listen to The Chats.
Okay.
They have a song called Smoko.
Alright, Chat Smoke. I'm just adding it to the phone now.
You need to add it right now. But punk is about being anti-establishment and against the man and being subversive and that. So like the Ramones went to Germany and played a song called... a song called, what's the song called? Something Nazi. I'm trying to think. They had songs like The KKK Took My Baby Away. Next.
I would normally talk here and help the podcast, but, you know, I'm just enjoying you watching
like
you
they had
fail.
a song called Today's Your Love, Tomorrow the World, which is about being a Nazi and all that. And they went on German TV and played that song.
Right.
You know, the Sex Pistols were like taking it to the man. They sang God Save the Queen, which was like her being fascist. They told people to stab each other's fans with safety pins. The Chats sing about really great Australian stuff. They're the second greatest Australian band right now.
Okay. After...
Dead City Ruins.
Oh, I was gonna...
You only had to say your main band.
I was no, Dead City Ruins is up there. I was just gonna, John Williamson or the late Slim Dusty, but that's fine.
Well, currently, yeah. But punk is about being subversive, alternative, against the norm, and definitely not being PC.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a UK band that was called The Slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And they've changed their names to Soft Play because we want to sincerely apologise to anyone that we've offended.
Yeah, but we offend multiple people in this podcast, and we never apologise.
Well, Soft Play for me is just as offensive because that just means that someone's trying to give you a hand job when you're not hard. And I feel like that's just horrible. And slaves, like, that's like when the computer guys, like, said, oh, well, they've got, like, the master and slave thing in computers, we should rename them. And it's like, well, no, it's not referring to black people. Like, there were other slaves than black people in America. You know what I mean? Like,
I think for the majority of history, there were slaves.
They're still slaves. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay, well, for all of history.
Every single culture had slaves. From the Aztecs to the Romans to the Greeks to the
Oh, don't forget about
Egyptians.
the space people.
Oh, the aliens obviously
Yeah.
had it in it.
Yeah.
That's how they built the
pyramids.
the pyramids and all that sort of stuff. All of these people had slaves. So you name your band the slaves. Who cares? Why? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, if you
Hang on. I'm offended by the killers.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, the Dandy Warhols or something like that. Like, oh, you're making fun of Andy Warhol? No, it's just a name. You know. Oh, Beatles is spelt incorrectly. Did you know that? Instead of Beetles, it's Beatles. Oh, I can't believe they're making a mockery of the English language. And no,
Rubble.
I can't believe a punk band out of all of
I just don't think Soft Play's a good second backup name.
No, it's pretty bad. It's pretty
Because you're punk, and now you seem soft.
And this band's been together since 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been having 10 years, no issues.
Well, let's get him on.
Get them on the show.
We'll get him on the show.
Sure, I'm always
We'll
up.
tell
for
him
that.
how disappointed we are in the name change.
I'm up for that.
Yeah.
I'm up for that. Did you see Magnus Sabansky's Twitter thing?
Look, I'm not going to validate her poor life choices.
Did you see that? Did you fucking see that? She wanted people on.
Do you know I was almost on that show?
Were you?
Yeah. I was in Flagstaff Gardens in the park.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were going to say, like, oh, I'm really fit now. It's great. You should probably lose some of that weight, bitch.
No, I was in and this person wearing black or whatever comes up to me. And he's like, oh, we're filming for Magnus Advancy. We need some people to stand in the background. And he's like, come with me. And I just said, no.
Mm.
I'm like, no.
Are you going to pay me?
Like, yeah.
She came out in October for her show that she's on. And she said on Twitter, it's interesting to me that you are banned from attacking just about every identity on Twitter except being fat. Why are we not protected from vilification? And I'm like, well, being fat isn't an identity.
It's just something that's happened.
Yeah, that's right. That's like going, oh, I'm really, really skinny. You should not be able to make fun of me. No, it's a public forum. You can make fun of people.
Mm.
It's fine. I make so many jokes about Italians all the fucking time. And people you make jokes about Italians all the time. I'm like, well, yeah, because it's funny.
It's hilarious.
It's great. We're fun people. That's why we ruled the world at one stage, and fat people haven't. And I don't understand why she thinks. Like, are you the same type of fat person as are all fat people the same? No. Well, yeah, they are. They're all fat, and that's why they're funny. I would pay someone to walk behind
So anyone
her.
who can't sit at a desk and breathe normally needs to do something.
I would pay, and I think we should get a crowdfunding going for this.
Uh-huh.
This is the one time I think we should crowdfund something.
Okay.
But I think everyone can get behind this.
Right.
Okay? We're going to hire someone
Uh-huh.
full-time
Yeah.
to walk behind Magnus Stavansky and play the tuba. Now, that's not really what we're... And what we're going to sell it as, we want to provide her joy in her life by giving her the
joy of music.
That's right. But we all know the real reason.
We're going to groom the music to her.
I think she deserves this, and I think that will really motivate her to get as fat as fucking possible. You know what I don't understand? You tell fat women that they're fat, and they're allowed to kill you and vilify you and all that sort of stuff. You tell a fat guy that they're fat, and they're like, yeah.
You tell a fat guy that they're fat and they're like, yeah, I'm going to start a beef meat restaurant.
I'm going to just, It's either they start restaurants and become the fat chef, or they go, fuck, I better lose some weight.
And Turch, that means I'm going to open up my own meat house.
Meat house. I'm in. Oh, I'll be there. I'm not paying. That's a business. That's called loss.
It's called a business expense.
This is a business expense for both of us. You can still bill me. I just won't pay, and you can count it as a loss. Everybody wins.
Turch as my consultant on the ongoing project. Yeah.
That's right. That's it. Well, Kieran, I am completely out of ideas
I've
for
got
the
nothing more.
podcast.
No, I've got nothing more.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on the final episode of this makeshift, terrible, probably sounds like fucking shit episode of this show for the 2022. We will be back with a vengeance in the new in 2023. Hopefully lots of guests. Hopefully we can get a whole bunch of our favourite people back, both in studio and online, all that sort of fun stuff.
I reckon we'll be on the deck February.
On the deck.
On the
deck.
in the deck.
On the deck.
On the deck. Okay.
I'll be on it. You can be in there. That's it. Kieran, if people want to find out more stuff about our show, where can they go?
You can email CEO at weonlydoontakepodcast@gmail.com.
And I'll respond.
Yeah.
Someone will respond. Absolutely.
No, we only do. You can find us on SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify.
Facebook is always a good way to go.
Facebook,
and like
Facebook
said,
Messenger.
And you can always, like I said, email us rants, death threats, Christmas messages, whatever you want at weonlydoontakepodcast@gmail.com. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in the new year. Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers, guys, come on. Give me the 5-star rating, baby. Give me the 5-star. That's all I want, baby. That's all I want. I'll fuck all the beautiful girls in the goddamn world. They'll fuck a 10-star. I just want 5. 5, baby. Just 5.